Okay, Angie, here we go. Don't mind if you hear noise and stuff. My kids are busy. So this is about the size that you get with the tutorial online. And this is the size of the ones I make before I cut them at the top. Eventually I'll chop it here wherever I want it with my scissors. So, okay, Angie, let's do this. So, I think I was a little wrong about the way I said I did it. I think we're going to use 4 product sheets to make sure we have enough room. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your glue. And I'll show you where I'm going to do my first bit of glue. Right here. My glue is blue, so I can show you where I did it. Actually, it goes up like this. So I did it along the top edge. Line up your edges so you get it nice, straight. The 2 sheets are nice and straight together. And here you go. So these are the first 2 sheets glued together. Now I'm going to take my second 2 sheets and do the same thing. Now once you get a feel for exactly how much paper you need to make the bag, it's possible you could maybe work this down to 3 sheets. So, we do the same thing to this one. I've got another 2 sheets stuck together. Now I'm going to connect the 2. Boop. So I'm going to do glue down the side. I'm just going to use this so I don't get my table dirty. Now, be generous with the glue on your seams because the last thing you want is them coming apart when you're trying to make your bag. So I've done glue all down the edge here. And now I'm going to glue it together. Like that. So you line up your edges nicely. I'm talking about doing enough glue, and I don't know if I really did here, but anyways, we'll see. Okay, so I've got this nice big 4 sheets of product list to work with. You decide what you want to be the front of your bag. I want this to be the front of my bag. So, the reason I say that is whatever you decide you want to be the front has to go on the bottom. Okay. Now, you need to make the fold for the side of your bag, and you want to make sure that this seam you made never needs to be folded because it wouldn't work. So, the first thing you're going to do is just fold right next to that seam. That way you know it's never going to need to be folded because it's going to be tucked away in the side of the bag. Just like this. So see, this is going to be the front of my bag, right here, where there's no seams. And then this is going to be the side of my bag, and this will be hidden in there. So now I'm going to fold over this way again, kind of like I was making a paper fan. And I'm going to do it about an inch. I'm going to do it about an inch and a half. Depending, this is where you decide the thickness you want. So if you've got more stuff to put in, then that's when you do it. Okay. So here you go, and then like you're doing a paper fan, you're going to go over again. Try your best to really keep your edges straight and together, because that's going to help you put the bag together in the end. If they're not all straight and together, it's going to make it harder to put your bag together in the end. So, this is your bag. It's coming together. And the thing is, the reason I do it like this is because your edge is hidden in here. So it's never going to need to be folded. This is where a catalog comes into play. You need to know how wide you need your bag to be. So, I put my catalog in there, and I say, okay, I want it to come to about here. So I save my spot, take my catalog out, and I fold it over around there. And then you have to do about the same that you did here over here. So about this much. And then again. Okay. So now you've got your bag. See how that's going to work? So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to say, okay, I can cut my bag right around here and glue it together. So I'll take my scissors. Okay, so, sorry, my phone ran out of memory. So now you've got these two edges. You're just going to glue them together. Take the cut edge and hide it underneath because it's probably crooked. So you just figure out how much glue you have to cut here. Keep your edges folded down when you do it. And glue it together. There you go. So now you've got your bag. The front of your bag. Okay, so now we need to do the bottom of the bag. So you look at your bag, this is how you're going to want it to stand, so this is going to be the bottom. So, again, you're going to look at the thickness. So if this is how thick your bag is going to be opened, you need to make sure you fold it at least this much up from the bottom so that it'll cover in here. So that's about 3 inches, so I'm going to go up about that much and fold it over. I fold it up to the back of my bag. It's very important here to make this edge as strong as possible, so like rub it down with something if you can. There you go. Okay, so now you have to open it up. And you have to fold it over as if you were folding a gift. So, fold it in. And you fold it up to the line that you made, which I'm having a lot of trouble seeing on this one because it landed on some green. But that's how you know where to fold. You get your seams to connect. And then you fold down. And you fold your bag over the other way and you do the same thing on the other side. So look, I folded it over. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. all your seams line up. Now, this time when I did it, it overlapped here. That doesn't always happen, and that's fine. So now what you need to do is, you need to, and this is what I find the hardest part, you need to kind of fold your bag in. You fold these corners up. Like this, like you've made a puppet. And then, again, this is the back of your bag where the seam is. You're going to fold this completely back. So now it looks like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold this over at the seam you made. You're going to fold it over at the seam you made. Like this. And you're going to take glue and you're going to put it all here and glue it over. If these two parts didn't connect and there was a gap, you'd have to be more careful where you put your glue, because you wouldn't want to glue it to the inside of the bag. So you would only put your glue on the edges where it would connect with paper here and not where it would connect with space in the middle. But since it completely folded over, I can just do glue everywhere. It's very important to use a lot of glue here, because this is where all the weight in the bag is going to be. There you go. I really did it long this time, so I'm even going to, you don't have to do this, but because the corner here is going over my edge, which is about here, I'm going to cut it off because I don't want it to interfere. And nobody's going to see that part anyway. I made it long, which means when I say I made it long, it means I probably folded it over this way a bit more than I needed to. And then glue some more on the other triangle. Like this. And then fold your triangle over. Oops, and again, I really made this a bit too long, so I'm gonna just cut. And now look, the base of my bag looks just like the base of a brown paper bag you're used to seeing. A nice folded gift. Look at that. It opens up. Beautifully. This is the back. And this is the front. You've made it big enough that you can put a catalog inside. And let's say we were going to put a catalog inside. That brings us to our next step. So if you were going to put a catalog inside, you would drop it in. Drop it in. You would close your bag. And you would feel, hey, where does the catalog hit? The catalog hits right here. You're going to need some space to put your little holes for ribbon. So maybe cut it right above the warmers. The top row of warmers here. I'll cut it right along the top row of warmers. So I take the catalog out. Fold my bag up, take my crafty scissors, and I just cut along here. Give yourself a nice edge. And there you go. You have a bag big enough to hold a catalog, wide enough to hold a couple bars. You could make it wider. If you can't get far enough down with your hole punch, then you just fold it a little bit, and you can do it that way. You do your little holes like that, then when you open them up, got your holes there. You put your catalog and your product inside, whatever your product might be. And Take your ribbon. Through the holes. Do a little bow, or you can do what I like to do, which is I like to do a knot and curl ribbon, and I wrapped my ribbon up in the bag, but I usually do a lot of ribbon curled. And you've got your cute bag that holds more than this little one. There you go. Enjoy.